Welcome back. This is chapter 4, The Enemy, written by Per S. Back. And now I'm going to explain page number 38 to you. So here we go. She had not liked him even yesterday when he had said, in his impulsive way, "Anyway, let me tell you that my name is Tom." She had only bowed a little distant bow. She saw hurt in his eyes, but did not wish to assuage it. Indeed, he was a great trouble in this house. So let me explain this part to you now. Hannah didn't give in to the tender approach whereby the wounded enemy expected some favorable, friendly remark or gesture from the other end. But Hannah was not impressed. She gave him a cold response instead. She found disappointment in his eyes, but did not try to make him feel any good, since his presence had already caused uproar in her house. Next part. As for Sadao, every day he examined the wound carefully. The last stitches had been pulled out this morning, and the young man would in a fortnight be nearly as well as ever. Now, Sadao regularly monitored the progress of the wounded enemy, and that morning only all his stitches had been removed, giving a hope to his speedy recovery. Sadao went back to his office and carefully typed a letter to the chief of the police, reporting the whole matter. On the 21st day of February, an escaped prisoner was washed up onto the shore in front of my house. So far he typed, and then he opened a secret drawer of his desk and then put the unfinished report into it. Now, and from there he moved to his office and began typing a letter to police chief, whereby he reported the entire episode as how on the day of 21st February an escaped prisoner was spotted on the shore near his house. Here the unfinished letter was stopped and then placed it in a secret drawer of his desk. Now moving on to next para now. On the 7th day after that, two things happened. In the morning, the servants left together, their belongings tied in large square cotton kerchiefs. So here two significant happenings marked the 7th day from this one. At a time, all the servants left the services of that family and moved out with all their belongings tied in a large cotton kerchiefs. Now, when Hannah got up in the morning, nothing was done. The house not clean and the food not prepared, and she knew what it meant. She was dismayed and even terrified, but her pride as a mistress would not allow her to show it. Instead, she inclined her head gracefully when they appeared before her in the kitchen, and she paid them off and thanked them for all that they had done for her. So, and this part, what happened, let's find. In the morning, Hannah noticed ominous signs of revolt, as none of the household work was done by them. This shocked and terrified her, but she didn't let her emotions out. On the contrary, she upheld her pride of being their mistress, paid their salaries, and thanked them for their long and dedicated service. They were crying, but she did not cry. The cook and the gardener had served Sadao since he was a little boy in his father's house, and Yumi cried because of the children. She was so grieving that after she had gone, she ran back to Hannah. So here in this part, let's find what happened. All of them were in tears except Hannah. The cook and the gardener felt terribly bad because their association with the family had been very long. That is, they had very long association with the family. So long that they entered the services when Sadao was only a little boy. Yumi cried because she was emotionally very close to the kids, and after leaving the house, she came running back to Hannah, unable to bear the pain of separation. If the baby misses me too much tonight, send for me. I'm going to my own house and you know where it is. So here, Yumi asked her mistress Hannah to send for her, to call her, to summon her from her house for that very night if the baby cried, if the baby missed her too much. Thank you, Hannah said, smiling, but she told herself she would not send for Yumi however the baby cried. But Hannah was resolute. She expressed her gratitude for her concern for the baby, but she was firm not to do so however hard it cried, however hard the baby cried. She made the breakfast and Sadao helped with the children. Neither of them spoke of the servants beyond the fact that they were gone, but after Hannah had taken morning food to the prisoner, she came back to Sadao. So here, Hannah prepared breakfast that morning, while Sadao took care of the children, and in this case, both of them worked for each other, both of them supported each other, but they did not speak of the servants beyond a point, beyond a limit. Though they were suffering, yet they didn't speak of the servants beyond a limit, beyond a point. After preparing breakfast, she went to the wounded enemy with the breakfast and then returned to Sadao to talk over the issue. Next para. Why is it we cannot see clearly what we ought to do? She asked him. Even the servants see more clearly than we do. Why are we different from other Japanese? So here, Hannah spoke with assertion and asked Sadao for the reason why they were not clear in their mind regarding what they should do in such a situation, whereas the servants could see things clearly. She questioned why they were different from other Japanese. Now moving on to the last para now. Sadao did not answer, but a little later he went into the room where the prisoner was and said brusquely, "Today you may get up on your feet." Sadao did not answer. He went into the room of the prisoner a little later and spoke to him in sharp tone and advised him to stand up on his feet. So this is all for now. Thank you.